अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स। आज काफ़ी दिनों बाद लाइव आई हूँ। सॉरी फॉर कमिंग लेट। आप सब कैसे हैं? उम्मीद है सब ठीक ठाक होंगे। अच्छा, आज जो हमारा टॉपिक है ना, वो किससे रिलेटेड है? कनकेव लेंस से रिलेटेड है। ओके, फर्स्ट वी डिस्कस व्हाट इज़ अ कनकेव लेंस. A concave lens is a piece of transparent material that has two curved surfaces, that is thinner in the middle and thicker at the edges. So here we write the definition of a concave lens. A concave lens is a piece of transparent material, piece of transparent material that has two curved surface that is thinner in the middle and thicker at the edge. So here we'll draw the diagram of the concave lens. Concave lens shape is such that is thinner at the middle and thicker at the edge. This is a concave lens that is thicker at the edge and thinner in the middle. This is a definition of the concave lens. What is a concave lens? Is a piece of transparent material that has two curved surface, that is thicker at the edge and thinner at the middle. Okay. Next point, we discussed that the concave lens can cause light rays spread out away from a point. Here we draw the concave lens. This is a concave lens. Now we discuss how the light spread out from the concave lens. Here we take the incident light that is passing from the center O that go straight, light that is parallel to the principal axis. It refracts when it passes through the concave lens. It is refracts such that is spread out from the concave lens. Here is the light ray that is spread out when it passing through the concave lens. So here we write that a concave lens can cause light rays to spread out away from a point. This is a concave lens, how the light is spread out. ओके मैसेज आया है कि आबिद ज़रपास का सेड हाय टू आबिद ज़रपास. How are you? Welcome to my class. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Okay. Now we next discuss the terms that are used in the concave lens. Okay, here we draw the concave lens and discuss the terms that we are using. This is the concave lens. The line that is passing through the focus of the concave lens and center of the concave, this is the principal axis. So here we write that this is the principal axis, and this point that is the focus. So here we write that the line that passes through the center of curvature and center of the lens is known as the principal axis. Okay, second we discuss the this is the main point, that is the principal axis that we discuss in the concave lens. Second is the focus point, and distance between the center of the concave lens and focus is known as the focal length. So what is the focal length? Focal length F is, that is denoted by a small letter F, is the distance between the focus of a lens and the center of the lens. That is the terms that we use in the concave lens. Okay, second we discuss the how the refraction that is occur in the concave lens. अच्छा स्टूडेंट, अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है या कोई डाउट है तो आप मुझे जो है वो कमेंट सेक्शन में पूछ सकते हैं। मैं आपके सारे कमेंट्स जो है वो रीड करती हूँ। सो प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में आके बताएं कौन कौन जो है वो लाइव है, ताकि मैं उनका वन बाय वन थैंक्स कर सकूं जो आपने इतना प्रीशियस अपना टाइम निकाला मेरे लिए। थैंक यू सो मच। ओके, here we discuss the refraction from of the concave lens. That is the ray that is passes through the center of the concave lens that go straight. It is also called the principal axis, and the ray that is parallel to the principal axis is spread out when it passes through, when it is emit from the concave lens, when it is exists from the concave lens. Here is the ray enter into the concave lens. When it is exists, it spread out. Here is the also the ray that is parallel principal axis and spread out when it exists from the concave lens. Here is the also the ray that is spread out from the concave lens. Okay, now if we trace the ray backward such that it is come from the common point, that is the focus of the concave mirror. So here we write that lens can change the direction of light ray that pass through them. When the direction of the light is changes, this process is known as the refraction. So here we write that this process is known as refraction. Okay. Second point, we write that if we trace the line, if we trace the line of the refracted ray backward, trace the line of the refracted rays backward, the line would meet at a point this point where the refracted ray meet point, that point is known as the focus. So here we write that this point is known as the focus of the lens. That is all about, we discuss about the refraction in the concave lens that can change direction of the ray that pass through them. This process known as the refraction. Then we discuss that, and if we traces the line backward, the line meets at a point. This point is known as the focus of the lens. ठीक हो गया? Okay. Hope you understand this topic. That is, we discuss what is a concave lens, then we discuss what is the term used in the concave lens, then we discuss the refraction that is in the concave lens. Okay, now we discuss the diverging lens. Which lens is called the diverging lens? Concave lens, that is called the diverging lens. Now we discuss the diverging lens. Okay, here we draw the concave lens. In the concave lens, when the light ray that is passes through the center of the concave lens, that is goes straight, and we also know that that is line that is parallel to the concave lens. When they enter and when they leave the concave lens, they spread out. They go like that. They are going spread apart. Here is also the ray that is parallel to the principal axis refract when it is passing through the concave lens. So when we trace the ray backward, then all the rays that is meet at a point. This point that is the rays is meet is known as the focus of the concave mirror. If we look from the focus of the concave mirror, that the rays are diverging from this point. So this lens is known as the concave lens, that is also called the divergence lens because it diverges the light rays. So here we write that when rays of light spread out away from a point, they are diverging. Why they are called diverging? Because concave lens make ray diverge. So concave lens sometimes called diverging lens. So this is the diverging lens. Also called concave lens is diverging lens because it diverges the light ray. Okay, now we discuss the rules for the ray diagram. Rules that we discuss in the concave lens. How the ray refract from the concave lens. That is called the rules of the lens. Okay, first we discuss the rule 1. Here we discuss the what is happened here. Okay. First rule, that is when the rays are parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus array parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus. So here we draw the ray diagram. This is the concave lens and this is the center. This is the principal axis of the lens that is passing through the center or focus of the concave lens. Here we take the rays that is parallel to the principal axis will refract when it exits from the concave lens. So here we write that a ray of light parallel to the principal axis appear to diverge from the focus on the same side of the lens. Here how the ray that is passing through the focus of the lens, if we trace the refracted ray backward, it look like that is passing through the focus of the concave mirror. That is the first rule of the concave mirror. When a ray is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus of the concave mirror. Now we discuss the second rule. Second rule is that is the when a ray is parallel to the focus will become parallel to the principal axis. First we discuss the when the rays is parallel to the principal axis will refract when it passes through the concave mirror, when we trace the rays backward, it look like that is come from the focus of the concave mirror. Now it discussed that when the ray is come such that is passes through the focus of the concave mirror, so it become parallel when it refract from the concave mirror. So here we discuss the that rule. Okay, this is the second rule. A ray passing through focus will become parallel to the principal axis. So here we draw the concave mirror. Principal axis that is passes from the center of the concave lens and focus of the concave lens. Now we take the ray that is look like that is passing through the focus of the concave mirror. Here is the ray that is passes through the focus of the concave mirror. When it passes through the concave lens, it bend and become parallel to the principal axis. So here we write that a ray of light going toward the, here is the ray of light that is, oh, okay, a ray of light going toward the focus ray of light that is going toward the focus, the other side of the lens, the other side of the lens emerge or exists parallel to the principal axis. That is the second rule we use in the concave lens. When the rays such that it passes through the focus of the concave lens, it becomes parallel after passing through the concave lens. Okay, now we discuss the third rule. What is the third rule? Third rule is that is the ray passing through the center of the concave lens will emerge without deviation. That is the third rule of the concave mirror. और यहाँ तक आपको समझ आ गई होगी जितने भी हमने रूल डिस्कस किए हैं। एक तो कनकेव लेंस आपके पास डाइवर्जिंग लेंस होता है। ओके, जो हमने फर्स्ट रूल डिस्कस किया है उसे कहता है कि आपके पास जो रेज जो पैरेलल होती है प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के, वो आफ्टर पासिंग थ्रू दी कनकेव लेंस it will become diverge from the other side of the lens, but it is appear to come from the focus of the concave mirror. ओके, सेकेंड रूल जो हमने डिस्कस किया वो क्या डिस्कस किया कि जब रेज जो है वो ऐसे पास करें कि जो हमें जो है वो फोकस से आती दिखाई जाए, जो हमारे पास फोकस जो दूसरी साइड पे है कनकेव मिरर के, अगर रेज जो है फोकस से आती दिखाई दें तो आपके पास जो रेज हैं वो जब कनकेव मिरर से पास करेंगी तो वो पैरेलल हो जाएंगी। ये आपके पास सेकंड रूल आ गया था। ओके, नाउ वी डिस्कस द थर्ड रूल। ओहो, रूल 3। Rule 3, that is the array passing through the center will emerge without deviation. So here we draw the concave mirror first. Then we discuss how the ray passes through the center and pass without deviation. Okay, this is the concave mirror. Okay, this here the take the principal axis that is passes through the center of the concave mirror. Here is the ray that is the passes through the center of the concave mirror. They call that when it is passes through the center of the concave mirror will go straight without any deviation. So here we write that a ray of light passing through the center of the lens goes straight without any deviation. This is the third rule of the concave lens. ओके, अब तक हमने जो है वो 3 रूल डिस्कस किए हैं. अब हम जो है वो डिस्कस करेंगे इमेज फॉर्मेशन, हाउ द इमेज इज फॉर्म इन द concave lens. Okay, image formation. Here we draw the concave lens. This is the concave lens. Now we discuss the how the image is formed in the concave lens. Here is the principal axis that is passes through the center of the concave lens. Center O, focus F. Here we take the object that is we call A, B. Array from the tip of the object that is passing parallel to the principal axis. When it passing through the concave lens, it become refract and it look like that is diverge. When we take the second ray that is passes through the center of the concave lens, if we trace the first ray backward, it will meet at this point where the two rays meet. Image is formed at that point. This is the image that is formed, A dash and B dash. So this image is formed is diminished, very small in size, upright and virtual image. Why is the virtual image? Because the rays is not actually meet when we trace the reflected ray backward. So the two rays meet at a point. So these two rays not actually meet. So these are apparent to meet at this point. So it make the virtual image. So here we write that image is diminished, erect and virtual. Why the image is formed? The virtual image is not formed by actual convergence of light rays. So image is virtual. अच्छा, एक बात हमेशा याद रखिएगा, जब आपके पास रेस जो है वो रियल में जो है आपस में मीट कर रही हो, तब आपके पास जो इमेज है वो रियल बनेगा. जहाँ पे आपके पास दो रेज हैं वो आपस में जो है वो मीट नहीं कर रही, जब वो रिफ्रैक्ट होती है कनकेव लेंस से, इसको हमने ट्रेस बैकवर्ड किया है तब जाके वो एक पॉइंट पे मीट हुई है. तो इस तरह की रेज जो अपीयर हों ऐसे लग रहा हो कि इस पॉइंट से आ रही हो, उस तरह का जो इमेज बनता है उस इमेज को हम क्या बोलते हैं, वर्चुअल इमेज बोलते हैं। सो इमेज इज नॉट फॉर्म बाय द एक्चुअल कन्वर्जेंस ऑफ द light ray, it is formed by the apparent convergence of light rays. It is formed by apparent convergence of light rays, hence image is virtual. ओके, ये हमेशा याद रखिएगा, जब भी आपके पास वर्चुअल इमेज बनेगा तो आपके पास जो कन्वर्जेंस ऑफ लाइट होगी वो अपेरेंट होगी, ठीक है, वो रियल नहीं होगी। ओके, एक और पॉइंट जो आपने कनकेव लेंस से रिलेटेड याद रखना है वो ये है कि कनकेव लेंस जो है वो हमेशा वर्चुअल इमेज प्रोड्यूस करता है। उससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि आप ऑब्जेक्ट को कहाँ पे प्लेस करें, चाहे आप ऑब्जेक्ट को फोकस के बियॉन्ड प्लेस करो, चाहे फोकस पे रिप्लेस करो, चाहे जो है फोकस और लेंस के सेंटर के बीच में रिप्लेस करो, कहीं भी आप ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस करोगे आपके पास जो इमेज होगा वो हमेशा वर्चुअल बनेगा, इरेक्ट बनेगा और डिमिनिश बनेगा। ओके, सो हियर वी राइट दैट अ कनकेव लेंस always produce a virtual image no matter where the object is placed। ठीक है, ये मैटर नहीं करता कि आप ऑब्जेक्ट को कहाँ पे प्लेस कर रहे हो, वो हमेशा आपको कौन सा इमेज देगा, वर्चुअल इमेज देगा। ये आपने कनकेव लेंस के बारे में याद रखना है। ठीक हो गया। निसार उदयन का कमेंट आया है, सेड हाय, हाय टू निसार उदयन, कैसे हैं आप? थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग माय वीडियोस। आपका बहुत थैंक्स जो आप इतना टाइम निकाल के मेरी वीडियोस देखते हो। आपकी मुझे यही सपोर्ट चाहिए, आप मुझे सपोर्ट करते रहें ताकि मैं आपके लिए और से और वीडियोस बनाऊं। जब तक आप मुझे मोटिवेट नहीं करेंगे मैं और वीडियोस नहीं बना सकती। इसी तरह आप आए मुझसे कमेंट्स में बात करें, मुझे मोटिवेट करें ताकि मैं आपके लिए और वीडियोस बनाऊं। आपकी मोटी जो है वो सपोर्ट की जो है मुझे बहुत ज़रूरत है। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग। Okay, today we discuss about the concave lens. First we discuss the definition of the concave lens, then we discuss the ray diagram of the concave lens, how the ray refract from the concave lens, then we discuss the how the image is formed by the concave lens. That is all we discuss today. Okay, second topic, that is about the convex lens. In convex lens, we also discuss the how the ray refract from the convex lens, how the image is formed by the convex lens. That is the our next topic. Okay, thank you so much for watching my videos and like my videos. अब नेक्स्ट वीडियोस में हम मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट टॉपिक के साथ। इसी तरह मेरे साथ जुड़े रहिए। और मुझे लाइक और सपोर्ट करते रहिए। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग।